I walked a slow circle around the DMG machine, like I was inspecting a long-lost friend. The others had dispersed, returning to their workstations, but I could feel their eyes on me, their ears tuned in, all waiting to see the clown in the corner make a fool of himself. Lisa hadn't left. She stood a short distance away, arms crossed, her face a mask of undisguised skepticism and curiosity. "I need a tool set," I said to her. She raised an eyebrow. "What kind of tools? The stockroom is full of them. Go get them yourself." I shook my head and recited a string of German words. "Eine komplette Garnitur von der Hoffmann Group. Drehmomentschlüssel. Satz Feinmessschrauben." Lisa's expression froze. She only understood bits and pieces, but the authentic German pronunciation chipped away at the disdain on her face. "What did you say?" I switched back to English, patiently repeating myself. "A German-made Hoffmann Group tool set. 16-piece socket set, a torque wrench, and a set of precision micrometers. They were bought with the machine when the factory was set up. Should be in a silver metal case." The shop foreman, a jaded old-timer named Dave, let out a snort. "Hey Carter, who do you think you are? You think you know where everything is? We don't have anything like that here." "You do," I said calmly. "It's in the stockroom. Second row of shelves, third box from the top. It should have a label on it that says Ersatzteile." Dave's face changed. Ersatzteile was German for spare parts. The label was there, but almost no one in the factory knew what it meant. Lisa's eyes lit up. She turned to the foreman. "Dave, go have a look." Dave, muttering about how I was just guessing, took 2 workers and headed to the stockroom. A few minutes later, the 3 of them returned, carrying a dusty silver metal case, their faces etched with astonishment. They opened the case. Inside, nestled in red velvet lining, was a brand new set of German tools, gleaming with a metallic sheen, the protective oil still slick on their surfaces. Dave's face went from red to white and back again. A few hushed gasps rippled through the onlookers. The way Lisa looked at me had completely changed. I paid them no mind. I put on a pair of reading glasses I'd pulled from my pocket and took a long, thin metal rod from the case, a mechanic's stethoscope. I didn't open a single electrical cabinet or connect any diagnostic equipment. I gently placed one end of the rod against the machine's main spindle housing. Then, I bent down and pressed the other end firmly to my ear. I closed my eyes. The gesture was like a seasoned old doctor listening to a chronically ill patient. "Heh, what a show-off! Who does he think he's fooling?" a young worker whispered. "Yeah, thinks he's some kind of machine whisperer? He's going to diagnose it just by listening?" Lisa frowned, clearly baffled by what I was doing. I heard none of it. My world had shrunk to just me and this machine. I could hear the subtle sounds from within, the almost imperceptible, abnormal friction between the gears, the minuscule, jerky hesitation as the guide rails slid, the faint popping of air bubbles in a specific point of the lubrication line. To anyone else, it was just noise. To me, it was a detailed diagnostic report, clear as day. For a full 10 minutes, I didn't move. Then, I straightened up and took off my glasses. I reached out with my rough hands and, as if stroking a lover's skin, ran my fingertips over the cold seams of the guide rails, again and again. My fingers could feel the microscopic misalignments and wear, measured in microns. "Well?" Lisa finally broke the silence. Her voice had lost its earlier contempt, replaced now by sheer bewilderment. I turned to face her, and to face Rick and the other workers who had gathered around again. I announced my diagnosis. "It's not an electrical problem. It's the machine's XY axis drive module. It took a hard impact during shipping or installation, causing an irreversible loss of mechanical precision. My initial estimate is a deviation of at least 50 microns." The statement hit the workshop like a bomb. Lisa's eyes went wide. She rushed over to a nearby desk, rummaged through a pile of papers, and pulled out a report, holding it up to me. But the diagnostic report from those 8 experts concluded it was a main control chip overload and burnout, drive circuit board failure, recommend complete replacement of the motherboard and servo system. On the report, the words "main control chip failure" were in bold red, followed by a shocking repair quote. 150